Good afternoon, welcome to Jim Munley's World of Weather. You clicked on to the long-range weather forecast discussion for May 23rd through June 6th. Before I get to the forecast, we're looking at this low here that is centered near Bermuda, and we're going to look at the current condition, location. Extratropical system Invest 90 was located in the North Basin at 34.4 north, 53.7 west. Current intensity is 40 knots. It went up from before for 35 knots. So it could be very much a tropical system, or subtropical system now, and probably in the next advisory. And the center was moving 15 knots at about north to the northeast. The minimum central pressure is 1,011 millibars. I think I saw it before. The pressure dropped a little bit. I think it was 1012 or 1013 earlier today. So this is the current satellite image. We'll go back to this. And we're going to now look at the forecast track. Current forecast tracks. These are the ensembles for Invest. It's basically going to go to the northeast. After it meanders, goes to the west, then tracks to the southwest. This is we'll go to the late cycle. They're all going to the northeast. And then we'll look at the GFS ensembles, all to the northeast. So the models are in pretty good agreement on this. And then we'll look at the European ensembles. And look at the current tracks, and this is what we're forecasting it to be. Okay, also, all right, I'll get to some other stuff later. Okay, we're going to go back to the forecast. This is for May 23rd to 27th. And during this period, the flow remains amplified with the trough in the west, strong ridge over the southeast with above normal heights in the east. And we'll have a trough. We'll have a trough in the south central states, and this will continue to bring rain and storms into the weekend. And we'll take a look at the current radar. This is the rain coming on now. There's no watches or warnings now, but here's a few cells that are moving on shore. Has a 50% chance of probability of hail. So there's just some heavy rain that's still occurring down here. No watches or warnings as far as storms or flood watches at this time. That could change though. And you can see we have a training effect going on where the rain goes over the same area. So there might be flood watches or warnings issued across this area later on. Okay, getting back to the forecast here. And then we'll have a trough moving into the west will cause precipitation across the central northern Rockies, along with a threat of snow. And that'll occur in the higher elevations. You can see right here on the GFS. Precipitation is also a forecast for the northern and central plains, as trough energy interacts with a frontal boundary or boundaries across this area here. You can see right here. Okay, so now we're going to look at the period from May 28th through June 1st. The 28th to June 1st. We are still expecting a trough-rich configuration. You can see it here. But, however, the height anomalies are weaker than they were in the previous period. Models are pretty good with this. See, some of our, this is the the GFS ensembles, and it has a weaker trough here in the west. So there's some differences in the height anomalies still. So for this forecast period, I am calling for below normal temperatures for this region, and I'm calling for anomalies about 4 to 6 degrees below normal. Above normal temperatures forecast still across from the Mississippi Valley to Atlantic coast, with the anomalies of 4 to 6 degrees below normal, above normal. And for precipitation, calling for below normal precipitation for much of this area here. Probability of occurrence is 35 to 55%. I think it would be mostly across this area here in California. And we have above normal precipitation forecast for this region. Probability of occurrence is 40%. Now we go further into the forecast period for June 2nd to the 6th. During this period, the flow continues to de-amplify. You can see it leads to nearly zonal flow. We're near to above normal heights across the country. So I'm calling for this forecast period above normal temperatures for much of this area here, and a forecast anomalies of 4 to 8 degrees above normal. Highest anomalies across the southeast. And for precipitation, calling for below normal precipitation from the plains to the Pacific coast. And the probability of occurrence is 35 to 45%. And above normal precipitation forecast for this region. And the probability of occurrence is 35 to 40%. That's the long range weather forecast discussion for May 23rd through June 6th. Thanks for coming to Jim Munley's World of Weather, and have a good day.